Your dollar is currently worth just 1% of what it was originally worth. Did you know that? Let me explain. Over time, the purchasing power of the US dollar has been significantly eroded by inflation. Everybody loves to throw that term around, inflation. What does that actually mean? Most people believe that wages have kept pace more or less with the rising cost of goods, but a look back at the numbers reveals a starkly different reality. Even if you think that wages haven't kept up with the cost of goods, I guarantee you that it has lagged way more than you are actually aware of. And that is because the dollar that you have in your wallet today has dramatically less value than it did for your parents or your grandparents, and I'm going to show you just how much in this video. I want to start by comparing the cost of living and the average income across different eras. This is what I believe is the easiest way to visualize what has happened to the dollar. So let's start with 1950. The average American household income was $3,300 per year. Seems pretty low for us living in 2025. However, with that income, a family could buy a new car for around $1,500, and that's less than half their annual salary. And the median home price was just over $7,000, meaning that a family could buy a home for roughly twice their annual income. At that time, a single income was pretty much enough to cover very comfortably all of the expenses that a family had and support them enough so they could achieve the American dream of homeownership. Let's fast forward now to 1970. The average annual income had risen to around $9,900. A new car was about $3,900, which was still less than half of the annual income. The median home price was now $17,000, which was roughly 1.7 times the average yearly wage. So while prices were rising, wages were still holding relatively strong in their ability to afford life's major purchases, and they'd even gained a little bit on the ground of the home buying front. So now let's jump forward to the present day. Right now, in 2024 and 2025, we have seen over 90% of all dollars printed throughout history since just 2020, 5 years ago. In 2024, the average US salary was around $62,000. The median home price, however, has soared to over $414,000. This means that the average person has to earn a little more than 6 times their annual salary to afford a home. A new car at an average price of over $48,000 now costs a staggering 78% of their average annual income. So since 1950, your wage has increased by roughly 20 times. Yet the cost of your home has increased by roughly 60 times, and the cost of your car has increased by roughly 32 times. These numbers do not lie. You can look this up for yourself. All of these stats should be available on Fred Data. Go to Fred Data. That is the best source for all of this data that I'm talking about. Show this video to your parents or your grandparents. This is the number one thing that pisses me off about older generations who criticize younger people for not working hard enough. And they say things like, oh, I would have killed for a $60,000 starting salary when I was your age. Do you know how much I made back in the day? They don't get it. I promise you, they don't understand how the money system works. While wages have increased, they have not kept pace with the exponential rise in the cost of homes and cars and quite literally every other good, material, or service on the planet that you need to pay for in order to live. The value of your work and the dollar that you earn has been steadily depreciated, making it significantly harder to achieve the same financial milestones that were once considered standard and attainable. The dollar no longer travels as far as it used to, leaving many to wonder if this dream of a comfortable life and owning a home is becoming a thing of the past. So where does this leave us now? Since the establishment of the Federal Reserve in 1913, the US dollar has lost approximately 97 to 99% of its purchasing power. This means that a dollar today can only buy about 1 to 3 cents of what it would have bought you around a century ago. Are you worried yet, America? This has been a very doom and gloom topic to talk about. It is honestly very disheartening to read into all of these data figures and still have hope for the future of our economy. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that it's only going to get worse? Do you think we're going to have some sort of break in our financial system to try and get us out of this hole that we're digging ourselves? Because I think that one thing is for certain, something has to change. This is a clearly unsustainable path, especially with the fact that it's gotten increasingly and exponentially worse just over the past decade or even 5 years. So I'm Jake. Make sure to drop a like, leave a comment letting me know your thoughts, and make sure to subscribe so you guys can stay up to date for more videos like this one in the future. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.